I am going to show you the electric effect of current in this light card. When I'll press the switch, this bulb, this LED will glow as I have put a paper circuit on the card. So this way we can have interesting applications of electric effect of current. Today we are going to study the magnetic effect of current. You all are aware of different types of magnets. This is a bar magnet, ring magnet, neodymium magnet. These three are permanent magnets, and electromagnet, which is a temporary magnet. Coming to the properties of a magnet, let us see its directive property. When a magnet is suspended freely, it rests along ns direction of earth. This is indicating south pole, this is indicating north pole of earth. North pole is usually indicated by a white dot on the magnets. We can also verify the poles with the help of a compass needle. If I bring this white dot near this compass needle, you can see the white part of the needle, which is indicating south pole, gets attracted towards it, and when I bring closer the other pole, south pole, then north pole, the red portion of the magnetic compass needle is attracting towards it. Second property is that the poles of a magnet are having equal and opposite strength. Let us bring this magnet close to pins. You can see most of the pins, they are clinging to the poles, and hardly there is any pin near the center of the bar magnet, indicating the absence of magnetic field there. So the strength of magnetism is maximum near the poles of a magnet. Very interesting property of magnets, that like poles repel each other and unlike poles attract each other. So you can see this car moving under the attraction of north and south poles. But if I reverse it, the car is moving due to repulsion. Repulsion we can also have an idea with the help of this floating ring system. So that you can better see if I place it this way. And you can also notice that there is different distance between the magnets. Distance between the magnets is directly proportional to weight of magnets above it. Suppose I have this long magnet, and if I break it into two parts, we will have two independent magnets separately having a set of north and south poles. This is north pole of this magnet and south pole of this magnet. Automatically north will be generated on the broken part and south on the other side. This shows that magnetic monopoles do not exist. Poles of a magnet always exist in pairs. This is an electromagnet that I have made by winding an insulated copper wire over an iron rod. And when I'll pass current through it, it will get magnetized and it will start behaving like a magnet. And see, it has attracted the pins. So it is behaving like a magnet. One end is behaving like north pole, another end behaves like a south pole. If I reverse the direction of current, then the poles will also get reversed. And one more important point regarding this is that if I stop moving the current, then it will stop behaving like a magnet. There are 2-3 ways of plotting magnetic lines of force due to a bar magnet. I have taken a pen drive case, and inside it I have put iron powder. So see, when I keep a bar magnet over it and gently tap it, the magnetic lines are visible. You can see the magnetic lines, they are directing from north to south, and near the poles the iron powder that is sticking more, indicating more strength at the poles. First of all, we will place the magnetic compass needle on a white sheet and plot the ns line of earth. See, red line, red pointer, that is indicating the north of earth. So I am tilting this sheet till the needle becomes horizontal. Now I can mark ns line of earth. This is north and this is south. After plotting ns line, we are not supposed to move the paper from this place. And now we will keep a bar magnet here, and I will draw the outline. In case it is misplaced, I can keep it here again. Now see, According to the definition, magnetic line of force is a path along which isolated magnetic north pole of a magnet would move if it is free to do so in the vicinity of a magnet. So I am going to plot this red pointer with the help of a pencil. I'll go on moving it, and wherever the needle moves, I'll go on marking the points. North pole, joining these points, I'll get a magnetic line of force. So like I have got a magnetic line of force. Suppose I move it here in this region. You can see the needle is pointing outwards. Now the needle is not forming a curve, it is pointing outwards. Same way here also, you can see the needle going away outwards. So I can mark the points like this, and on completing the pattern, you will get something like this. This is the complete pattern when you will proceed in the same way. Here I have kept the magnet in tangent B position. Tangent B means south pole of magnet is pointing towards north of earth and north pole of magnet is pointing towards south pole of earth. So in between the same lines, the same shape of lines we are getting as I just showed with the help of a pen drive case, and outwards as we were just plotting. And very interesting fact, if I show you the needle moving along the equatorial line of this magnet, there is a point when the needle becomes vertical. Otherwise you see it was horizontal, now it revolves arbitrarily. So this is the neutral point. Same way here also we are getting the neutral point. See, the needle rotates here. This is neutral point, and after that the field of earth starts on both sides. So neutral points are those points where magnetic field due to a bar magnet is cancelled by magnetic field due to the earth. If we keep the magnet in the opposite manner, north towards the north of earth and south towards the south of earth, magnet will be said to be placed in tangent A position, and now the neutral points will be found along the axial line of magnet. So that means when we rotate the position of magnet by 180 degree, the neutral points they shift by 90 degree. There is one more way of plotting the magnetic lines of force. See, I am sprinkling iron powder near the magnet, and you can see how nicely I can see the magnetic lines of force. The shape of magnetic lines is clear. Now I am going to keep two magnets facing same poles. North and north are facing each other, and see, around each magnet same pattern is formed, but in between the region you can see the repulsive behavior. This accounts for repulsion between like poles. But on the other hand, if I reverse the poles, now I have north here and south here, you will see the pattern again changes. Again the pattern will change, and I can show with the tapping of board. So in between also you can see the same type of pattern. In between the two magnets also you can see the same pattern formed. This accounts for attraction between unlike poles. Another beautiful pattern made by keeping the bar magnet under a glass plate in which I have put water and iron powder. Now let us discuss Oersted experiment. See, I have taken a simple electrical circuit in which there is a battery, a switch and a bulb. So when I will press the switch, current will pass through this wire. And now I have kept a magnetic compass needle here so that I can check the magnetic effect of current around this wire. Hans Christian Oersted, he was the first one to give this magnetic effect of current. So see, right now the needle is vertical. Now I am going to press the switch. When the current will pass through the wire, it will have some magnetic field generated around it, due to which magnetic compass needle will get deflected. See, you can see the deflection. It was vertical, now it is deflecting. And let us now discuss Snow rule, that is giving us direction of deflection of the needle. Right now current is passing from south to north, so needle is deflected over west. So this is Snow rule, south to north over west. Now let's have a look at Faraday's experiment. I have taken a galvanometer, a copper coil which I have connected to the terminals of galvanometer and magnet. So see, when the magnet and coil both are at rest, there is no deflection in the galvanometer. Now I will move the magnet through the coil. Can you see the deflection in the galvanometer? And see, when I move the magnet faster, the amount of deflection is more, because rate of change of magnetic flux is also more. So this change in magnetic flux that leads to production of induced EMF in a coil, that is called the process of EMI or electromagnetic induction. A dynamo or generator also works on the principle of EMI. The needle of compass is pointing in north-south direction of Earth. Red part is pointing the geographical north of Earth, and the unpolished part is pointing towards the south pole of Earth. Now see, I bring an electromagnet near it. As I bring it closer, the north pole of magnetic compass needle is attracted towards it. So that means this end of electromagnet is behaving like south pole and the other end behaves like north pole. Now I reverse the direction of current. I can do so just by reversing the cell. Now you can see the south pole of needle is attracting this side. Now this side of electromagnet is behaving like north pole and the poles are reversed. So that means by reversing the direction of current, we can reverse the polarity of an electromagnet. In case of two coils, EMI is also called mutual induction. So see, I have a mini Tesla coil here and a fluorescent tube. Mini Tesla coil produces high alternating potential, and when I bring the voltage, this tube in contact with the Tesla coil, then it starts glowing because of mutual induction. Plasma formation takes place inside the tube and electrons, they collide with the gas atoms. So because of ionization, the fluorescent tube starts glowing without any power supply. When a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences torque that rotates it. This is the principle of an electric motor, and the experiment is called snake head experiment.